Well, good morning, everyone. We are live down here in Tifton this morning at the Georgia Museum of Agriculture and Georgia Museum Historical. I'll get it right eventually. I've been trying to practice all morning. Garrett, go ahead and tell us what the name of this place is.
It's a mouthful. It's a mouthful. So it's the Georgia Museum of Agriculture in Historic Village at ABAC.
Ooh, that is certainly a mouthful. And it's what, 5 o'clock in the morning? But that's okay because we are going to have some fun down here this morning. What exactly is this place, though? We kind of took a step back in time.
We did. It's 96 acres of a museum and historic village and we cover the period from 1870 to 1910. And on that 96 acres, and we have over 32 buildings and structures on site that have either been built here or moved here from various locations around Georgia.
Now, is this what Tifton was like during that time period?
Yes, indeed it was. There are representations of what Tifton might have been like. The home of Henry Harding Tift, who was the founder of Tifton, is actually here on site. We moved it from downtown, and it does sit on site. So, yes, indeed.
How neat. Now, we're here kind of at the general store, and this is a working place. You've got some mills, some farms and stuff, and it's all going on right here.
It is, and we do have, you're sitting on Main Street here, and part of the industrial area with the print shop kind of right behind us, and the blacksmith shop right down there as well. And as you move south, we start 1870s, kind of the traditional farmstead, and then we have the Gibbs House, which is right to our right here, and that's also a kind of a 1900s farmstead with a farm. You know, you have a kitchen, and then you have chickens in a garden, a kitchen garden. So yeah, you definitely get an idea of what it was like in rural South Georgia from 1870s to 1910 when you come to the historic village.
Yeah, but having fun, great educational opportunity while kids are out of school, and you have some special summer hours.
We do. Starting July 1, we are open from 9 until 3, Tuesday through Saturday.
Great. And now we got this place all decked out for the 4th of July, but we don't want people to come down here on Independence Day. We want them to come down the day before.
That's exactly right. It is July 3rd, not July 4th. And we will have fireworks with us on July 3rd. We'll have a live concert from Clovers and Company. And gates open at 6. It's $10 per car. Bring your blankets and chairs. And, you know, we have it on July 3rd so that you can catch our fireworks. And also you can catch another fireworks show on July 4th.
I love that. I love that. Well, we're getting a little look here all around the historical village, kind of taking you back in time on this Friday morning. It's all coming up live here on Good Day. Chris, on over to you. Well, good morning, everyone. We are live here in the grist mill now. We got a little lesson in history. This was built back in the 1800s.
1879.
Goodness.
And it was built by Barney Cures, which this was mostly built just for community service.
Huh.
I mean, then later on he sold it to Dan Davis, and that's why it's called the Davis Mill.
Well, there you go.
But
what do you make here at the grist mill?
We make meal and grits.
Okay, and we're going to get a little lesson here on Good Day Live this morning about what goes on here. But if folks come down here to the historical village, they'll kind of get the full run through.
Yeah, right. For everybody that comes through that door, we will start the meal up, show them how it runs, and if they want, we can sell them the bag of meal that we grind right at that time, or grits.
How fun is that?
Yeah, right on spot.
Okay, so now we've got the camera here on the mill and where the corn meal comes out, but explain what's going on behind the scenes for us.
Oh, well, when the miller comes in first, he will check everything out to make sure he has no intrusion during the night.
Okay.
Okay, then he will check his wheel out to make sure it is all right. He will walk in the mill, check his surroundings, come over to the rock. First, he will open the gate right here, what I'm doing right here.
Okay.
Now, say today I'm going to be grinding meal. I won't put the rocks very far apart. They will be real close together. So I'll take this wheel and turn it so I can separate the rocks a little bit.
Okay,
Now,
and why is that? Just make it a finer grain?
Yeah, make it a finer grain. The closer the rock, the finer the grain. Now, if I want to grind grits, I raise up a little bit, and I grind the old-fashioned grits, which takes a while to cook, but they are real creamy and real good.
And so delicious. Now, is this the rock you're talking about? How thick is that?
This is the rock. The rock is about 18 inches thick, and it weighs about 1,400 pounds.
Oh, you don't want to get any fingers in there.
No, well, you can't because it's covered up.
Okay,
but
good.
now it's going to be turning probably about 90 or 100 RPM when it starts going. And it'll be on a shaft spinning round and round.
Okay,
now,
and that's all going on inside here?
Right now, I'm raising the rock. I'm separating them a little bit to where I can grind some meal.
Okay.
Now, in just a second, I'm going to start the rock up so to let you see the meal coming out. And right now, okay, Miss.
All right, so we're grinding up the, what's happening off the camera here? Is
right
that water
now,
coming through?
Now, there's water going through the flume. It's going over the overshot wheel.
Okay.
And when the water gets enough in the buckets to cause the weight to change, it'll start turning, which you hear right now.
You can hear that, guys.
Thank you.
And there it comes.
Now I've got the meal coming out right now. I'm feeling of it to make sure it's the grind. I'm also adjusting at the time to make sure the grind is what I want.
Oh, it smells good.
And now, right now, I'm getting right close to what I want.
And you can tell all that just by touch?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. See, the miller would do this all his life, like I've done it for 50 years.
Wow.
So see, a person gets used to the touch.
Well, there you go. And I think that means we've got breakfast ready, huh?
Oh, it won't be long. Well, see, there's two different things that you can grind like this. See, you can grind your breakfast, and at night you could have your cornbread, your hush puppies. I mean, it's just a neat thing. This is the thing running right here.
And you're making me hungry. Well, we are live here in the historical village down here in Tipton, getting a little preview. Of course, you can come out on the 3rd of July. That's the day right before Independence Day. They're having a big old celebration, music, entertainment, lots of fireworks. It's all going on right here. We've got much more to check out here live on Good Day. First, Chris, it's hot. I don't think they'd invented air conditioning back when in these old days. And we hear some thunder outside. Is it going to rain? Well, good morning, everyone. It certainly is a hot one, and they did not have air conditioning back in the 1800s. But we are live here this morning down in Tipton at the Georgia Museum of Agriculture and Historic Village. And now we're here on the farm, and these poor animals are saying, why in the world are you shining this big, bright light in my eyes at 6 o'clock in the morning?
That's exactly right.
But, Glenn, this is a working farm. So what do you guys do down here?
This is our 1889 Progressive Gibbs farm. This is a working farm, as you said. We have our 3 mules here. We work our 3 mules. They pull the wagon, the plow, our cane grinder.
Goodness.
We also have our cows here, our Jersey milk cows. We do milk after they have their calves. We do when they're producing milk.
Aww.
We have our sheep. We have 4 Gulf Coast native sheep on site. We shear them once a year in April for our Folklife Festival, and we utilize their wool here throughout the do the whole process of shearing.
These animals are pretty busy. This is not no easy life kicking back on the farm.
This is not just for show at all. This is a full working farm, absolutely.
How fun. So we got Rebecca here. She's the calf. And you said this was June?
This is June, yes ma'am. This is our biggest mule. She's the newest addition. We also have 2 others. As I said, they're all 3 working mules.
Now a mule, she looks like a horse to me.
That's exactly right. She's half horse and half donkey.
Ah, she's big.
That is exactly right.
She's a big little girl. Now, these animals are used to waking up pretty early. Again, not quite this early, but what's the normal morning like here on the farm?
Well, we'll get up early in the morning. We'll feed the animals. We'll come check on them and make sure they're still all right from anything that might have happened during the night. We'll check out their temperaments and make sure they're going to be okay to work if we know which ones we're going to use during the day. We'll check out how they're feeling that day, if they feel like working or being touched. And we do have our school groups that come through. We have workshops, tour groups, and also we have our Camp Wiregrass summer camps that come through.
I know you guys have that big 3rd of July Independence Day celebration. Anything special you got going on down here?
We will most likely be doing wagon rides on this day, maybe even plowing demonstrations. The little kids love plowing demonstrations. They'll get on cotton. We've had little 4-year-old girls pushing that plow or pulling the plow.
Any idea what's on tap for today?
Well, we have our Wiregrass summer camp is here this week. They will most likely be coming again to the farm again today, and they've been already done a little bit of wagon rides and plowing this week already. They might come back today already.
I love it. Well, look at Rebecca. She's trying to get her little 15 seconds of fame there. She's saying, if you're waking me up this early, I want to be on television. Such sweet animals. We've got one more spot here at the Historical Village to show you. But, of course, you can come on down here. The 3rd of July celebration is going on just before Independence Day. And, of course, you can come on down here and just check out the museum or the Historical Village. We'll be back with more Good Day. Stick around. Well, guys, I got to tell you, back in the day, you didn't have as many technology problems as we have this morning here on Good Day. I come in with my camera and my little box that sends the live feedback, and it just does not want to work. But everything else here at the Historical Village has just been perfect this morning. I tell you, what were we doing before technology? But this morning, it seems like life was pretty good. Now, I'm here with Freddie, and we got little Brock here with us this morning, but we're here in kind of a house.
This is a cabin that was built for the workers when they work at the turpentine still or the sawmill, and it was furnished by the company.
So life was a little different back then.
It was rough back then. It was very hard. I do believe you have to be born into this to put up with it.
Yes, that is for sure. So we've got a little bed here, of course, a beautiful table, and a nice fireplace. How many people would live here in this home?
2 people, 2
Just
workers,
2?
yes, 2 workers.
And they would be renting this home, as you said, from the company?
Sort of, yes, on a credit basis.
Okay.
And it would come out of their pay, and it go into a leisure. So this would include the food they eat, the tools they need to buy. Mm-hmm.
We talked a little bit about how life was so different back then. They had to cook all their food right here on the fireplace, live by candlelight, and you're going to kind of demonstrate how they would make a fire.
Yes, ma'am, I will. Okay.
So kind of walk us through what you're going to be doing here.
Okay. We're going to first start what they have called, what they call this, Brock?
Okay, Brad, you got to stand here so folks at home can see it.
Fat
lighter.
It's fat light. It's a quick burning.
And you want to show that to everyone there at home?
Okay.
Brad, you want to hold that up to the camera? And this is a fat lighter?
Fat lighter, right. Mm-hmm.
And is that kind of like kindling?
That's exactly what it is, but they call it fat lighter here.
There you go. They don't have too many easy lighters or anything. You see you have matches. Did they have matches?
Yes, they did. They had matches
okay.
back in those days. Yes, they did.
Sounds good. Now, Brock, are you a master fire starter?
Yes.
All right. I think you're going to help Mr. Freddie here, too, huh?
Yes.
Oh, you be careful.
We had that long one, Brock.
So how does this work? Walk us through again.
What you're going to do is the fat lighter gets the fire started,
Okay.
and then once it starts burning good, then we put on the regular wood, and you get that started. Okay.
Well, it's humid out here this morning. This, again, probably the hardships of life back in the day.
Yes, it was.
They didn't have any air conditioning.
Air conditioning.
They're saying, what's that?
Oh, my gosh.
Of course, when we decide to make a fire on live television. There we go. Brock, you want to come stand on the way? Now, you guys have a big 3rd of July celebration. What are you looking forward to most, Brock, about that celebration?
I am looking forward to watching the fireworks. The fireworks start at the Georgia Museum of Agriculture and Historic Village at 6 o'clock p.m.
And people should not be late, right? You got to get there early to get a good seat, huh?
Yes, it really starts at 9 o'clock.
Okay, but you want to get there early. Bring your picnic blanket. There's going to be a lot of fun to be had, and I think you're going to be riding the train, huh?
The train is not running.
Oh, well, there you go. But I think the train's your favorite part, huh?
And the train will not be running during the day, or there will be no events going on during the day, but only watermelon stuff going on during the day.
Well, there you go. You heard it from Brock himself. I met Brock about 2 years ago. You can check out our website, mysouthwestga.com. I did a nice little Good Day on the Go segment on him. Such a cool little guy. And look at that, guys. Just in time, we've got our fire going live here down in Tifton. We've been hanging out all morning at the Georgia Museum of Agriculture and Historic Village. So much going on here. Again, they have that 3rd of July celebration going on next Wednesday, so you can still get out and enjoy the 4th of July with your family. Fireworks will be on the 3rd. Back to you guys in the studio.